皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today I would like to talk a little bit more about my phone call, the Discord call I had with Gaijin Goomba. For those of you who hasn't listened to my previous podcast video yet, Gaijin Goomba is a really amazing and popular YouTuber, and we just suddenly exchanged emails with each other, and we just said let's talk, and we didn't even have any ideas for what to talk about. We just started talking, and we talked for an hour and 40 minutes, and it was an amazing time that I spent with them. But so yesterday I actually talked about something that a topic that I talked about with him, but I would like to talk about something else that I also talked with him. Yes. So yesterday I think I talked about how I tend to make a lot of negative videos about social problems and such in Japan, and that even though I am actually concerned about Japanese social problems to try to make them better, sometimes I confess that sometimes I do make those kind of videos because I understand that negative videos get more views and things like that, right? Yeah. But today, I want to talk about something different. Now, Gaijin Goomba also asked me when he saw my video about Japan being cold-hearted and Japanese people being unwilling to give. He said that, yes, when I was in Japan, I completely understand what you mean by that video, but also at the same time, I really wish you could try to take balance and talk about the good things too, you know? Because I met a lot of good people, and he explained to me about his episodes of meeting so many wonderful people. I'm pretty sure he'll be talking about it in his sub channel or his main channel soon, because he said he'll be talking about it soon. Yeah. So I thought, yes, it is true. You know, Japan definitely, as a Japanese man living in Japan, I really feel that Japan definitely is a cold-hearted people compared to other people outside of Japan. I mean, I've been in the US before, I lived in China before, I've been to Europe before, and I seriously think that way. And that's true. It's sad, but I really think it's true. This statistics that I introduced of the World Giving Index, although it is just a survey of asking a few people, they may be lying, for example, they may have been humble, for example, but still, I wouldn't say that statistics is completely wrong. But I do at the same time completely understand that that Gaijin Goomba, he wants me to talk more about the good things that I've experienced. So today, finally getting to the main topic here, I do want to talk about some real life episodes of me meeting wonderful and amazingly kind Japanese people as a Japanese person. Now, one day, I'll talk about 2 episodes. One is very recent, by the way. The other one is a little bit older. One day, I don't recall if Nagi was already born or not, but anyways, we had a stroller outside. It was Harumi, my wife, it was me. Absolutely, our first daughter was absolutely there because we had a stroller. I don't think Nagi was born. It was like around that time. I mean, Nagi might have been born. Our second daughter might have been born. But anyways, it was pouring rain. There was a really heavy rain, and it was sudden because I think it was around summertime. In Japan, in summertime, there is sudden, super heavy rain that lasts for a very short, like 30 minutes or such, but it was crazy. We literally couldn't, lift our hats because the rain was so strong, you know, and we didn't have anything with us. We had a baby, we had a stroller, we had bags with, just our bags to carry stuff with us, and we did not have an umbrella, we didn't even have a towel, we had nothing. We didn't even have a hood on our jackets because it wasn't cold. So we were like, oh my gosh, what the heck are we going to be doing? And what it was terrible was that we had to wait for a bus. Yeah, so we literally could not go anywhere else, and we had to wait for a bus. We had to wait for the bus at a bus stop, being hit by the heavy rain, and we were like, oh my gosh. And in the end, we got completely soaked, and it was, what should I say? It's okay, getting soaked isn't such a big problem, but the thing here that I want to talk about is that there was a man, we were standing by the bus stop, so there will be other cars passing by along the street, right? There was a man that stopped his car by near the bus stop. He came out in the heavy rain. He handed us an umbrella, and he said that you can just keep this. And he got back on his car and went and left. Like, we were like, who is this person? I'm like, would you stop your car and give an umbrella that still works to someone who is just standing outside because they didn't look at the forecast that day. Like, Harumi and I were like so stunned. And that once we experienced that, we completely forgot about the rain. We completely forgot about the sadness and the unfortunate situation there that we were going through. And we were like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe such a person exists in this world. That was I was actually talking with Harumi yesterday, and I wanted to talk about this today, right? So I asked her to like, do you recall any episodes of good people that you've met in Japan? And the first thing that came to her mind was this episode too, actually. Yeah, so that was very, very nice. And then number two, there's another episode I wanted to introduce to you too. So recently, I actually moved into my new home. Yeah, it was just about a month ago, actually. Yeah, and we're really, really enjoying our new house. But we really had a hard time understanding when to take out the trash, depending on like the district, the ward you're living in within every prefecture. It's all different about the rules. Like this day of the week, you need to bring out the burnable trash. This day, you need to bring out the plastic. This day, you need to bring out the PET bottles and cans and things like that. There's a lot of rules for, separating the garbage and everything in Japan. And that differs depending on the prefecture and the place you're living in. But in Kyoto, where we started living here in this area, we didn't know how the rules were. And it was very, very difficult because what the owner of this house, well, basically not the owner, the company that takes care of this building, this property, there's like this managing company, right? Real estate company, do you say? They gave us this piece of paper telling us like when to take out the trash, where to place it, and that was completely wrong. So what happened is we moved. We had a lot of garbage, of course, for all the wrapping and everything, just to keep everything, from preventing everything from breaking and everything. So we had so much garbage, and we put out the trash on a wrong day. So the neighbors were like, "Why do we have a pile of garbage bags here on whatever day it is? This is not the right day. Who left this here?" And there was a man, a neighbor living in the neighborhood, who came to our house, and he, was ringing our bells and was like, and in the beginning he seemed a little bit angry, yeah, because he thought we were doing it intentionally, right, on purpose. But of course we weren't. And eventually, as we talked, he noticed that we just moved in, yeah, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I completely understand." And then what happened is that he helped us to bring the garbage bags back to our house from the point where we threw them away. Like, they're literally garbage bags. They're garbage, right? They of course, don't have a very pleasant smell, of course. And he doesn't have anything, which is it's not his job to carry it for us. He's just a person living in a neighborhood, right? But he was like, "Oh yeah, oh, you recently moved. Oh, okay, I completely understand. All right, let me help you out. Let me happily carry it for you." And he was like, "Yeah, I remember the time I actually moved in here myself, like just 3 or 4 years ago. And the first time I threw away the garbage, I actually made a mistake too. I completely understand." He was so kind to us. Yeah, he did see our daughters inside the house. Maybe that kind of changed his mind too. But still, I really did not expect anyone, to help us out. I'm living in Kyoto, by the way, so especially that was just so beautiful. How he because the number of bags was not like just 3 or 4. There were dozens of bags. All the wrappings and plastic wrappings for everything, to safely carry our things. So he was such a nice person too. Yeah. So once in a while, of course, yeah, we do meet these kind of people. Yeah. And as I always say, on the World Giving Index, I said in the video too, of course, it's not a perfect statistics. And the questions that are asked in that survey is about have you helped out a stranger, have you donated to charity, and things like that, right? Now, again, as I explained in the video, Cold-Hearted Japanese, Unwilling to Give kind of thing, I explained that in Japan, helping out someone really doesn't have a positive meaning because that makes you stand out, right, compared to other people. Yep. But on the flip side of that, that doesn't mean that there's everyone doesn't want help. That's the point. There's a lot of people who want help, but they're scared of helping. Yep, especially in public. Especially in public, because some people might think that this person is standing out. The person who's trying to help is standing out. Yep. And they're afraid of that. So even though they really, really want to help the person in front of them who is in trouble, they can't do it because they don't have the courage. But like in this situation, this man stopping his car in the pouring rain to give us an umbrella, or the man who carried the garbage bags together with us just by his kindness, why were they able to do these things? It's because they were, of course, very kind people, but also this was between individual relationships. No one else was involved. None of our neighbors were watching him carry the garbage bags at that timing. No one was able to look at someone going off the car and handing us an umbrella. There was way too much rain. No one else was watching. Yep. And then Japanese people can finally, if they're kind-hearted, of course not everyone is kind-hearted, of course, but if they are, they're finally able to try to be kind to others. And there are many, many people who understand that being kind to others makes you happy too. Yeah. But it's just very, very difficult for them to have the right occasion to do that. Yeah. But from the episodes I talked about today, I think you might have even gotten a deeper understanding of Japanese people from the video that I made about the Unwilling to give Japanese people kind of video. Yeah. So, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know that there are a lot of people who are studying Japanese or willing to travel and study and work in Japan and also train in our traditional culture and stuff. Yep. But I'm a little bit afraid that Japan will not be able to provide these things in the future because we are facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to carry on Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. You might know that the suicide rate among the young is the highest in the world in Japan. Yep. So I want to dedicate my life to try to make Japan a better place. I want to try to preserve the social problems, solve the social problems, preserve traditional culture, and evolve it also, and help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. Yep. And in order to do that, my first step towards this humongous dream is to achieve 1 million subscribers by January 2023 on my main channel, so all your likes and comments will help to boost my videos to new viewers who have never seen my videos before. It'd be great if you can help me out. Yeah. And someone asked me before, like, Shu, why do you always talk about the same things over and over like that, you know, about your dream, like in every podcast or in almost every live stream, you're talking about your dream every single time. Like, why do you do that? I really think, number one, is that you might be supporting me for a long time now, and this might be your 20th or 30th video of watching me or listening to me, but there's always a person who is going to be listening or watching my video for the first time, and I want them to know about my dream, about why I'm doing YouTube, why I'm living my life in the first place, kind of thing. Yeah. So that's the reason why I always talk about it. And for me too, by talking about my dream, my purpose every single day, I'm really, really able to focus on the things that I want to do. Yeah. So I will continue to talk about the things that I want to do every time I do a live stream or these podcasts. And I think I really recommend you to actually talk about your dreams and what you want to do, about your purposes, as much as possible too. Okay, then thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.